Yeah, welcome back to the show, viewer. And right before we get into this interesting special interview, let's just have a quick recap of the IRI festival that held in Ibagwa Nike community at the weekend on Sunday. Ifoma Ajumobi has the report.
Nike is a large and major community in Enugu State, Nigeria, with so much history, stories, and adventure. On 6th August 2023, one of its sons, the people of the ancient kingdom of Ibagwa Nike, Enugu State, celebrated their IRI New Yam Festival in a very special way. The IRI Festival, which has been an age-long celebration and culture that gathers the people of Ibagwa Nike to celebrate their hard work and success during the farming season, is a celebration that encourages the community to eat together, bond, and thank their creator for allowing them to witness a fruitful harvest and farming season. The festival kicked off with His Royal Highness Emmanuel UGWU and his cabinet visiting the home of the oldest man in the community, where the breaking of kola nut, blessings, and cutting of the yam took place.
Well, today we celebrate a New Yam Festival. Actually, it's to thank God for keeping us alive, to celebrate and harvest what we have planted. Mine, as the traditional ruler, is to cut the yam so that the oldest man can spread the yam in consultation of our ancestors, so that the humanity will now enjoy the fruit of our labor. That is actually what is going on here.
What happened is what they call ERG. The main people that do ERG is almost everybody in the Ibagwa community. But our representative here is the eldest man of the Ibagwa community, which is the eldest man, Nike HRH. So, and also our king, he is one of our kingdom. So that's one that representing the Ibagwa community here. But every other person after here, I will go home on my own and do my own. Likewise, every other person.
After the cutting of the yam, the IGWE and his cabinet, with some elders, proceeded to the All Saints Catholic Church, Ibagwa Nike, for a Thanksgiving service with the community. After the church service, the people went to the IGWE's palace, where more celebrations and feasting took place. One of the special highlights of the event was the participation of the Vice Chancellor and professors from Wilmington Metropolitan University, Malaysia, who had come to endorse the IGWE as a patron of the school. The IGWE was once a student of the school.
So when we receive this information that he is the king of a very important kingdom in Nigeria, we thought it is only proper for us to communicate with him with honor. We are Malaysians. We also a constitutional monarchy. We know how to respect our kings. And we feel that the bonding between Wilmington Metropolitan University and the kingdom is a bonding of love.
The event saw the attendance of members of the Chinese community in Enugu, who came to commemorate with the IGWE and the people of Ibagwa Nike. The Speaker of the Enugu House of Assembly, Honorable UGWU, President Ohaneze Ndibo, Enugu Branch, Dambazwa Jafar Bello, Ebubedike of Ibagwa Nike, Ata Igala, and other dignitaries from different parts of the country also graced the event.
This is the Maker Yusuf UGWU from China, also from honored by the one from Ibagwa Nike Kingdom. I have been in Nigeria for 8 years, but I have been in Ibagwa Nike Kingdom more than 6 years. Thanks for God, it's luckily I meet His Royal Highness our IGWE in Abuja. We are talking everything about our kingdom, talking everything about Enugu. So I'm looking forward to come here visit. So IGWE pick me here and show me around. So I'm also into the culture, everything so much. I'm also the Vice Chairman of Nigeria China Business Council, Vice Chairman of China Africa Business Council. There are many industries for for agriculture, power, and construction. So that is after IGWE checked me very well for a long time. IGWE gave me the title. I'm proud of to be one member of Ibagwa Nika Kingdom. I'm also proud of a member of Igbo. Yes, I love Enugu, I love Anambra, Imo, Abayi, and Abia. So whole our Igbo land is most attractive, most peaceful, and most wonderful.
I mean, a really interesting event there, and we just have to let you know at this point that we have two special guests in the studio with us. Today we have Northern and His Royal Highness IGWE EMMANUEL UGWU, who is the traditional ruler of Ibagwa Nike, and also Prof. Dr. Nagarajah Leong, who is the president of Wilmington University. Good morning and welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you in our midst.
Thank you.
I would like to start with you, His Royal Highness. How do you feel? You've just been appointed as a patron of Wilmington Metropolitan University. How does it feel?
Well, I feel like a king that I am. To be appointed a patron of a university is a duty, a privilege that calls for a duty. I'm happy. And my president is here. And
Thank you, Highness.
I'm very glad for that honor given to me. I believe that love is loan. The university have loaned me a position, and I will harvest it well.
You are known as a peacemaker, and people in your community have said that you are known for one thing, fostering peace, peacemaking, and in local communities, that is one thing that we hope for to mitigate against disputes that we face. But before we get into fostering peace, I would like to take it back to you, Prof. Now, how long have you been in Nigeria?
We came to Nigeria about 4 days ago. Even though the time we spent in Nigeria is very short, I feel this is my first home, not my second home. That is simply because of the amazing hospitality shown by not only the Highness, but all the people that I meet. To me, Nigeria is a wonderful place.
And what about Ibagwa Nike here in the southeast?
Well, if I can put it in a simple term, it is a heaven on earth. Simply because the people are so lovely. It is not only they welcome us, they embrace us with love, full of love.
I mean, that is something that we love to hear. We like that we've been able to receive you well. And I would like to take it back to you, IGWE. Now, you plan to bring Wilmington University to Ibagwa Nike. I would like us to have a conversation about how this is going to happen. What are your plans to make this a success?
Well, actually, I joined the university in the year 2016. And period before that, I've already erected an edifice, ICT center, having the plan to take my people on through e-learning. And I started it by myself in 2016, and I bagged PhD in Wilmington Metropolitan University. And of course, I'm ready. I've seen all the instruments. That of course I'm ready.
Okay, but in terms of
I've already laid foundation for that because I want to take my people on. I have virtually believed that our people, I have traveled a lot, and I believe that our people can get a lot of things from home. People just believe that you need to travel to different parts of the world. I want to bring them home. In my community, I have hosted students from England. There are about 40 students from England. They came to Ibagwa Nike. They stayed for 3 months for traditional experiments. And I just want my people to know that where we are today, we are blessed. He heard the voice of the president of Wilmington Metropolitan University. And Wilmington Metropolitan University is a university not just in Malaysia, in US, in Canada, in Kuwait, in different places. And they are now bringing it to Africa, starting from Ibagwa Nike community. Is trying to surround my people with fortune and prospect.
That is so impressive.
Yeah.
Prof. Nagarajah, now when Nigerians embark on exchange programs, perhaps when we send our students abroad, sometimes the problem is bringing them back. So hearing this is heartwarming, bringing the university to the Southeasterners, to people in Ibagwa Nike. I think it is phenomenal. And we're very grateful that our IGWE has been instrumental in making that a possibility. But in terms of the cultural differences and in terms of language barriers and a lot of those things that should be considered in conversations around education, how do we make that learning process accessible to the ruralites in Ibagwa Nike?
Okay, let me share with you the principle and the philosophy of the university. We are a premier digital university with our headquarters in California, and we have branches in Malaysia, Bangladesh, Nepal, India, Oman, Kuwait, and we are going to open in Saudi Arabia. This is our first attempt to come to the African region, and we believe starting with the kingdom is the best choice we have taken in our journey. Now, being a digital university, most of the education will be conducted online. Having said that, we do have a plan to put up a good campus in UGWU so that the presence of the university can be felt by the public. Language barrier is not a problem here. Ever since I stepped my foot in Nigeria, I feel that all Nigerians can speak perfect English. I believe Nigerians speak better English even than Malaysians. That's a credit for you. Cultural challenges, to me, it is not a barrier. It is a diversity. By coming here, I learn a lot, especially about how to embrace people. So both the language and the culture is not a barrier. It is a kind of enrichment. Not only the Nigerian students, but our students worldwide will experience. Second thing, ours is the first industry-based university in the world. When I said industry-based university, our curriculum is decided after discussing with the industry. For example, we have industry partners from South Korea, Canada, France, United Arab Emirates, whereby our students will be having the theoretical knowledge for 1 year, either online or in campus. After that, the remaining educational journey will be at the industry. When we said industry, for example, students can study in UGWU for 6 months to 12 months. After that, they will be deported to different countries, Malaysia, South Korea, Canada, France, to name a few, whereby while being attached to the industry, they will be paid stipend not less than $1,500 per month, including meals and accommodation. This is a very philosophy that differentiates Wilmington Metropolitan University from the other conventional universities.
I think that is so good. And hearing this, and it's so close to home, I've just been smiling all through because this is something that we need in the Southeast. So IGWE, back to you. Let's talk about finances. Now, it's one thing to have this dream, to want to attend the Wilmington Metropolitan University in Ibagwa Nike, but then finances. Are the students or prospective students going to be given any incentives so they can afford this digital learning?
Well, I think you have heard from the president of Wilmington Metropolitan University. He's here live. It's not just that I am the one speaking. He's in charge of the university. And when you're talking about the finances, it's not the problem. I told you before that I have ICT Center, which I erected in the year 2014 before I joined the school. I've already made up my mind, I prepared myself, and also what I want to do is to enable my people study, do their masters while at home, get their PhD while at home. And from what you heard him, it's not all about going to school. It's not about paperwork. We have a lot of graduates here in Nigeria. You go to school, you have a first class school holder, and at the same time, you don't have a job. In Wilmington Metropolitan University, the industrialists is not just having the paper, but making use of the knowledge. While in the school, you make use of the knowledge. So taking off is not the problem. Nigerians are ready to study. It's just that they don't have a good foundation. And I have not told you more even about the Wilmington University program of scholarship. There's a lot and a lot that we cannot be able to say here. But fortune has come to Enugu. Fortune has come to Nigeria and Africa.
I like that we're not saying too much and we're just looking forward to action.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been listening to all the GC talks and, well quoted, and it's very sweet and awesome. I love everything I'm hearing right here, because definitely this is what we need right here in the southeast part of Nigeria, progression, right? And I feel very elated, being in your presence, right? And because seeing a young IGWE, whenever they say IGWE, we have this idea of an elderly aged man, right? And
you mean I'm not aged?
No. You look very young, and I mean, and what I say?
I think that's a compliment.
It's a compliment, actually, sir. So,
okay.
So, the reason why I say what I said is because, dealing with the youths and the young people in Enugu State, you can relate to them, because of. You're somebody they can actually look up to as a mentor, inspire them and something like that also. And I'm coming to Wilmington University and erecting the structures and all that. What are plans put in place already to, start having this dividend already? And Nike people, Enugu State people, Southeasterners, Nigerians, it's going to bring revenue down here to the southeast part of Nigeria, because once we have something that big, and all the tenants and everything that the pegs that comes with it, right, is going to drag revenue down here to Ibagwa Nike, most importantly, than Enugu State. Yes. So how have we, the plans and to start erecting the structures and putting these things in place, are they in talks already?
Of course. I cannot place everything here before you. We have the plan. I cannot just bring in the president of the university to this place just to talk and talk. No.
The action is what we're looking.
No. Yesterday we visited the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, and it's not just, it's something that we have already have in place, and we are making progress.
Okay, so now let's talk about the IRI Festival.
Yes, no problem.
The IRI Festival. I'd like to know your experience of it.
Yes. On the financial assistance for the future students.
All right.
I would like to highlight here, Wilmington Metropolitan University is owned by a foundation. No doubt I founded it. Since it is owned by a foundation, there are a lot of financial benefits we've already put in place, such as scholarships, loans and whatnot, so that those students who require such an assistance will be provided with.
All right, I think that's a good call, because lots of people are watching this right now saying, I want to be a part of this, I want to, but the financial part is always brought into question. So let's talk about the IRI Festival. On a summary note, I would like to know how much you enjoyed it. Was that your first IRI Festival? Tell us about your experience. Did you enjoy it?
He's talking about the New Yam.
The New Yam Festival.
Yes. It's amazing cultural heritage and diversity that I have experienced in life. In the past, we used to look at documentaries and try to see how these particular cultural events are being organized. This is the first experience I have whereby I was part of it. I was actually dancing around, even though I was not able to follow the rhythm. It's a beautiful experience.
Nike Hollis, where more...
we're going to have a very, very long clip of that New Yam Festival very soon on our channels. We're going to probably catch a snippet of you dancing at the New Yam Festival. But back to you, IGWE. Fostering peace is critical. In our local communities, there are a lot of challenges, not too far from land disputes, so many issues that sometimes make it scary for people to travel back to their villages. So you are known to be a peacemaker. How do you foster peace? What are instruments? What kind of wisdom do you employ to keep your people together? Because that's something that stands out that you do that people have already talked about. How do you do it?
Well, I believe that to avert youth restiveness is to attract development. You need to take a tour in the IGWU community and you'll be able to observe the development I've attracted to the community. And when we are talking about education, it's not about those who have maybe have passed through different lines of their life, but those who are just starting. It's all about the youth, trying to bring in an investment that will be able to alleviate the living standard of the youth. In my own little way, I've done my little contribution. I'm still doing that. I'm a Christian. I believe that blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. I believe in 3 words of Jesus in the Beatitudes. Blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are the pure in heart, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. I believe in these 3 principles. That as a youth, as you understand, as a king, at the same time, I am with them. I know how they feel, and that is why I'm trying to bring fortunes close to the youth. There's one thing you cannot change. There are some other things that you will change. Those who want to move, you move with them. Those who don't understand what movement is all about, you try to change their concepts, to change their views about life. Because I am a traditional ruler, I'm living with the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I am with them. I know how they feel. I know their psyche. And that is the reason why all the time we keep on seeking the federal government, we're seeking the help of the government to include traditional rulers in Constitution so that they will have a specific role. Not that we don't have a specific role according to the edit of the states, but some certain things that we know that will be able to help the youth, help the community to be together. Community have a good life because socio-cultural relationship of the community is actually why we are talking about we are a state, we are a nation. Without a community, you cannot be talking about a membership of a nation. And of course, in my own little way, I'm doing my best. I'm not the one to praise myself. I think somebody else should be able to extract my activities in the community and will be able to lay such a comment about me. So, but in my own part, I'm doing my little best, and I'm still doing that.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the program today. And I think these are wise words. And from what I'll take home from this, to ensure that peace is maintained in the community, you focus on the grassroots, the very grassroots of it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir. Thank you, Prof, for this great idea. We're definitely looking forward to the action. And thank you for being instrumental, IGWE, in making that a possibility. We're going to tell the story when it happens. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, you know, you should be anticipating something major in the Southeast, something major in IBAGWA Nike community, as we're going to have the Wilmington Metropolitan University have a branch here in the Southeast in IBAGWA Nike with online and digital learning. Very interesting one. After the break, we're still going to be counting down 90 days left in the water supply project. Let's see how far the governor has gone and if this will be feasible at the very end. Stay tuned.